Well, as we said off the top, another momentous week in our city. The Final Four wrapping up this month of March Madness. But the end of the tournament tomorrow comes just a day before the end of our state's mask mandate on Tuesday. This as we continue to vaccinate more and more Hoosiers. Another mass vaccination clinic underway at IMS with all Hoosiers 16 and up now eligible. Let's bring in our panel, Jennifer Wagner, Mike Murphy, Robin Winston, and Tony Samuel. And I'll start with Jennifer Wagner, the former communications director for the Indiana Democrats. Jennifer, appropriate that all of this is happening at IMS because it is literally a race now between the vaccine and these variants that are out there, with some signs our numbers are headed back up as the governor moves ahead with rescinding the mask mandate.
Yeah, I think I do, as a Democrat, want to give Governor Holcomb a lot of credit for the way he's handled this entire pandemic. I got vaccinated this past week out at the IMS Max Vax Clinic. It was super easy. Anyone who can get out there, get an appointment, highly encourage them to do so. I've talked to people in other states. I talked to someone last week in Canada. They haven't even got their vaccines open to anyone under the age of 70. So I think we're doing pretty well. I do wish that we would keep the mask mandate in place statewide. A recommendation is not the same as a mandate. But all things considered, I think if you're a private business or you're a county like here in Marion County, you're still going to be able to enforce that, which is a good thing.
All right, let's turn to former state representative Mike Murphy here. Mike, all of this happening as the governor threatens to veto a bill from Republicans in the General Assembly that would limit some of the governor's powers in an emergency like this.
I can tell you, Dan, that in my 40 years of familiarity with Indiana politics, I have never seen a party try to steal power from a governor of the same party. I think it's egregious. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's extra legal and clearly unconstitutional. And even though I have the greatest respect for my friends in the legislature, I think they're engaged in a march of folly, which will end up benefiting only the trial lawyers, which the Republicans love to hate. In the end, the governor will win this, and the people of Indiana will win this.
Lawmakers have pointed out they think the governor's handled the pandemic well. They want to establish boundaries and precedents, in their words. We want to bring in Robin Winston, the former state party chair for the Indiana Democrats. Robin, what do you make of the governor's handling of these situations?
Well, I think the governor has the first one on the mask mandate. Jennifer's exactly right. He's done a very, very good job laying out where everything is. But I still don't understand fundamentally why asking somebody to put one of these on to protect their lives and the lives of others is so crazy. So I hope that local governments will continue to do what they've done better than anybody, and that is make the decisions necessary. As it relates to the veto, I wonder where the Attorney General is in all this. He doesn't shy away from giving opinions on things clearly way out of the boundaries of Indiana. It'd be interesting to hear what he has to say about this, because first he may have to defend the state against the governor if the governor vetoes this. So that'd be very interesting.
It's going to be an interesting legal battle for sure. Finally, Tony Samuel, the 2016 vice chair of the Indiana Trump campaign. How do you see all of this playing out?
Well, there's a lot there. First of all, I don't think anybody's saying that folks think it's crazy to wear a mask. I will say this, it's been more than a year since this pandemic has been going, and we've all been educated. Hoosiers are smart people. They can make up their own minds on wearing a mask. The mask mandate had its time, and it's good. I think it's a good thing that we're moving away from it. People are smart enough. They can wear a mask for the rest of their lives if they want to. And we're getting more and more vaccinated. The education's there, the warmer months are coming, and we're reaching herd immunity because of the vaccination. So I think that will run its course, and I think we're on the right course for that. As far as the vetoing and the governor's powers, we need to look again, and I've said this before, at other states. This isn't so much about this Republican legislature versus this governor. This is about what other states, Whitmer and Michigan, Murphy and New Jersey, Gavin Newsom in California, and Cuomo in New York. They've abused this power. Abusing their power has cost folks their livelihoods. Small businesses have been ruined. People have turned to addiction, drugs, and alcohol. Suicide rates have gone up. That's what is concerning here. That not so much about today, but what future governors might do. And there needs to be a strong look at that, and that's what the legislature is doing.
Okay. State lawmakers do have a lot on their plate right now, from pandemic-related policies to the state budget, but also this week they took time to file a resolution that got a little attention, congratulating former VP Mike Pence on his quote-unquote retirement from politics. Thing is, it doesn't look like Mike Pence is retiring from politics. Reports this week that he is indeed starting the process of putting together a campaign for president in 2024, laying the groundwork perhaps. So, Mike, question now, does he still have a future in the GOP as a potential top-tier presidential candidate?
Well, he absolutely has a great future. He doesn't have to rely on me to buck him up or provide him with advice, certainly. He's going to move forward. He's going to help lead groups like the Heritage Foundation, very involved in the YAF group, which has been around since the early Reagan years, actually earlier than that. He's getting ready to write a book. He'll be on talk shows and giving speeches. He's going to lay out his vision for America. And we don't know what 2024 holds, but he will be in the mix as long as he wants to be in the mix, or until the voters say they don't want him in the mix. But that's going to be up to him, not to the Indiana General Assembly.
Right. January 6th will no doubt always be a part of his legacy. Sadly, another incident involving a Capitol police officer who was killed. Again, much more on that coming up later today on Fox News Sunday and Face the Nation. Want to change gears here. Obviously, a lot of talk still about the 2020 election and now this controversial election law in Georgia. Delta, Coca-Cola, both putting pressure on Georgia's governor. The Major League Baseball Players Union talking about possibly moving this year's All-Star game out of Georgia. Jennifer, all of this very reminiscent of what happened here with RFRA 6 years ago in terms of the backlash, which, by the way, was the last time that we had the Final Four. Certainly possible we could have lost that event or events like that as a result.
Yeah, and it's the comparison is apt and eerie. I was involved in that campaign. I remember thinking the RFRA issue was sewn up and voted on, and I hightailed that out of town for spring break with my kids. And as I was driving, more and more companies came out in opposition to RFRA. And by the time I got to Fort Walton Beach, Florida, my phone was blowing up with national media requests, international media requests. And I sensed the same thing happening in Atlanta and in Georgia, where you've got this ridiculous law and all of these corporations going, hey, this is wrong. We shouldn't be doing this. And it'll be really, really fascinating to watch this play out, because I think we've already seen how it plays out here in the Hoosier State.
Robin?
I want to see what they're going to do. I mean, everybody, Mike served in the General Assembly. They have lobbyists over there that are advising them on everything. They knew about this bill. Now let's see what Delta does. Let's see what Home Depot does, because Home Depot's owner, Arthur Blank, also is owner of the Atlanta Falcons. Let's see what he does. Let's see what they do. That's the most important thing right now.
Okay. We got to leave it there. Coming up next this Sunday in Focus, we're talking about the Final Four here in Indy. We're going to show you part of a new documentary from the Indy Star. That's next.